Assalamu alaikum. Today I am here with the first chapter of chemistry of class 6, that is Introduction to Chemistry. In this chapter we will learn what is chemistry, what is science, and about some of the renowned chemists and how chemistry is related to our daily life. So let's start. So I hope in class 6 for the first time you are hearing the term chemistry. So chemistry is a part of science, or we can say a branch of science. So before going to that, let's discuss about science. So when you hear the term science, what comes in your mind first? Air, then soil, water. All these are some of the words which comes in our mind first. Then if I ask you what is science, can you tell me the answer? So let me tell you, from early time people were observing nature and they came up with some conclusions which they named science. As time passed by, scientific knowledge gained importance and brought about vast changes. So the word science came from a Latin word, that is scientia, which means knowledge. So science is basically the knowledge about the natural world which is based on facts that are learned through experiments and observations. Okay, now science can be classified into three branches. One is chemistry, another part is physics, and the other part is biology. Now as we are learning chemistry today, so let's learn that what does the word chemistry mean and how it is important or why it is important to us. So the word chemistry came from alchemy. Alchemy is an ancient art form which seeks the transmutation of matter. That means basically the how to convert, in particular how to convert the base metals like zinc, copper, this metal into gold, or how to find elixir. Now people who practiced this alchemy were known as alchemists or chemists. Later on, suffix "re" was added to this and formed the word chemistry. Now chemistry is defined as the science that deals with the study of substances, their composition, their properties, and the changes that takes place in them. Jabir ibn Hayyan has been regarded as the father of early chemistry, whereas modern chemistry is credited to Robert Boyle. As we know that the person who practiced alchemy or the person who conducts and studies the chemical research are known as alchemists, so or chemists. So let's let's gather some knowledge about some of the renowned chemists and their contribution to chemistry. So let's start with founder of modern chemistry, that is Robert Boyle. He was an Anglo-Irish philosopher, chemist, physicist and inventor of 17th century. He was one of the founders of chemical science. Now next is Anthony Lavoisier. He was a French chemist who developed the law of conservation of mass. He proved that sulfur was an element and also named the elements oxygen and hydrogen. Now John Dalton. He was an English chemist who helped in developing the atomic theory of matter. He presented first list of atomic weights for a number of substances. Now Sir Humphrey Davy. He is best known for using electrolysis to isolate many elements. He isolated sodium, calcium, boron, magnesium, iodine, barium, chlorine and potassium. He was the inventor of a safety lamp for miners called Davy lamp. Now Jöns Jacob Berzelius. He was a Swedish chemist. He helped in developing the notation for writing chemical formulas. Now Dmitry Mendeleev. He was a Russian chemist who formulated periodic law and tabulated the elements in a table called periodic table. Marie Curie. She was a Polish-born French physicist. She is famous for her work on radioactivity. She discovered the elements polonium and radium. She was awarded with Nobel Prize in the year 1903 for physics and 1911 for chemistry. Now Prafulla Chandra Ray. He was an Indian chemist who is regarded as the father of chemical science in India. He was the founder of Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals, the first pharmaceutical company of India. Now let's see what are the roles played by chemistry in our daily life. So as we know that chemistry plays important part in our daily life as it helps to fulfill our basic needs like air, water, our houses, our clothes. All these are made up of different type of substances and chemicals. Chemicals from simple to complex are used in many cosmetics, agriculture, medicines, textiles, etc. Substances like shampoo, deodorant, perfume, toothpaste, dyes, paints, all these are made up of different type of chemicals. Chemistry also has made great contribution in food industry, medical and health field as well. Now let's see how food and chemistry are related. So food, we know that food is a very important part of our life. Food contains carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin and minerals. So carbohydrate and fat gives us energy, where proteins are the bodybuilding food, where vitamin are the complex organic substances and minerals are the elements. Now if we do not store food properly, then it will become the home of many microorganisms. So we have to store it properly. So there are many food preservation techniques by which we can store or preserve the food. So what is food preservation? Food preservation is the process by which we can slow down or stop the food spoilage. So let's see what are those food preservation techniques. Now see, here are some food preservation techniques. The first one is pickling. pickling involves the soaking of the food into salt solution. Then after some days, when the pickling process will complete, then after the food will transfer into a container, so that any microorganism cannot grow there. And vinegar is used as preservative. Okay, now next process is freezing. Freezing slows down decomposition of food by turning moisture into ice, thus preventing the growth of bacteria. Now next process is canning. Canning involves enclosing food items in a sterile container like glass jar or metal cans. The principle behind canning is to make the food sterile by heating, then transferred it into an airtight container. The next process is fermentation. In fermentation, organic or chemical changes happens inside food, where a natural food transform into another form, like formation of or production of cheese from milk is the process of fermentation. Now water removal. Water, we know that water is a crucial part or crucial thing to in the growth of microorganisms. So we have to remove the water from the food. So we can remove water from food by cooking it or by sun drying it. Thus any microorganism cannot grow in food. Now chemistry in agriculture. So we know that chemistry has helped to increase food production through fertilizers. Fertilizers make the soil fertile by adding essential elements to the soil. Some of the fertilizers are urea, then calcium, nitrate. Etc. Now there are some pesticides and insecticides as well. So pesticides and insecticides helps to kill pests and insects that harm crops that we grow. Example of pesticide is malathion, where example of insecticide is Bordeaux mixture. Now chemistry in cosmetics. We know that cosmetics are the chemical substances that we use to beautify our body. Now example of cosmetics are face powder, lipstick, nail polish, then deodorants, perfume. All these are made up of different chemical substances. Now chemistry in clothing. Since ancient time, we know that people use bark of trees or animal skin to protect their body. After that, cotton introduced when they learned how to grow crops. After that also silk, then wool introduced. So all these are natural fibers. Okay, natural fibers. Now there are some synthetic fibers which are made up of different type of chemicals and they are man-made. So example of synthetic fibers are terylene, then nylon. All these are synthetic fiber. Now there are some semi-synthetic fibers as well. They are made up of synthetic fiber and natural fiber. Example of semi-synthetic fiber is terracotta, which is made up of terylene and cotton. Now chemistry in medicines. Medicines are chemical substances that we use to cure, treat, or prevent diseases. They can either obtain from plants or animals or prepared synthetically. Now let's see what are the different types of chemicals. The first type of medicine is antibiotic. These medicines are used to kill or inhibit the growth of bacteria or other microorganisms. Example of antibiotic is penicillin, which was invented by Alexander Fleming. Now second type of medicine is antipyretic. This type of medicines or chemical substances are used to slow down the high fever or the higher temperature during fever. Example of antipyretic is paracetamol. Now next is analgesic. This type of chemical substances are used to reduce or kill pain. Example of analgesic is paracetamol, aspirin. Now the fourth type of medicine is antiseptic. This type of chemical substances prevent the growth of microorganisms on wounds or sores. Example of antiseptic is tincture of iodine is a man-made antiseptic, and turmeric, then neem leaves. All these are natural antiseptics. Now the last type of medicine is antacid. This type of chemical substances neutralize the excess acid produced by our stomach. Example of antacid is milk of magnesia. Now chemistry in industries. We know that chemistry has helped in the growth of various industries like plastic, paper and glasses. Now let's learn about some terms. The first one is POP, that is plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is formed by heating gypsum. So the formula of gypsum is calcium sulfate dihydrate. Why dihydrate? Because two molecules of water are present here. So calcium sulfate dihydrate. By heating this to 120 degree centigrade Celsius, we form that plaster of Paris. It is used when it is mixed with water, it form a hard mass. This is used in casting statues and surgical plaster, etc. Now cement. Cement is manufactured by heating gypsum, limestone and clay in a rotary kiln. The kiln means an oven or a furnace. Now next is glass. Glass is a transparent substance made up of silicate. We can prepare it by using limestone, that is calcium carbonate, soda ash, that is sodium carbonate, and sand, which is silicon oxide or silica. So there are different type of glasses, different varieties of glasses we found, like soda lime glass, then potash glass, crystal glass, safety glass, etc. Now soaps and detergents. Soaps are made up of sodium and potassium salt of some hydrocarbon compounds, where detergents are manufactured in powder forms. We know that soaps are used for bathing, where detergents are used for cleaning utensils and cleaning dirt from clothes. Now plastics. Plastics are the synthetic material made up from wide range of polymers such as PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, then nylon and polyethylene. Polyethylene. Now there are two types of plastics we know. One type of plastic is thermoplastic and another is thermosetting plastic. So thermoplastic can be melted by heating the plastic material, and we can mold it in any shape again and again. Example of thermoplastics are PVC, nylon, this. And thermosetting plastics, when melted, it will form a hard mess. It will set and form a hard mess, and it cannot be melt again. Example of thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. Now paints and enamels. Paints are thick chemical liquids produced from fine particles of zinc, magnesium and aluminium salt, where enamels are paints with high gloss oil. Now dyes. Dyes are the chemical substances which we can obtain naturally or we can make it artificially. Example of natural dyes are beetroot turmeric, where alizarin red and indigo blue are the example of chemical dyes. Now silicones. Silicones are substances made up of different combination of different chemicals and silicon. They have high melting and high boiling point, and they are resistant to heat and water. For this reason, they have been highly commercialized. They are used in construction, for personal care, and making the non-sticky surface of bakeware and cookware. Now this was all about your chapter, that is Introduction to Chemistry. Now let's move on to your exercise. See, A. Choose the correct option. Number 1 A, 2 B, 3 C, 4 A, 5 C, 6 D, 7 A, 8 D, 9 B, 10 D, 11 B, 12 D, 13 C, 14 A, 15 D. Now fill in the blanks. Number 1 carbohydrates, 2 polymers like polythene, nylon, 3 120 degrees Celsius, 4 silicones, 5 penicillin, 6 Marie Curie, 7 pteryline, 8 dye, 9 turpentine, 10 limestone, soda ash, sand, 11 antiseptic, 12 pesticide. C. True and false. 1 true, 2 false, 3 false, 4 true, 5 true, 6 true, 7 false, 8 true, 9 true, 10 true. Now examples. Number 1 paracetamol, aspirin. 2 urea, calcium nitrate. 3 safety glass, crystal glass. 4 penicillin, streptomycin. 5 sodium benzoate, benzoic acid. 6 bakelite, melamine. 7 PVC, nylon. Now these are the subjective type questions. Number 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. For question number 3, see page number 17, and question number 9, see page number 14.